morning. Good morning. For those of you joining live, welcome. We're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. So just hang in there. In the meantime, feel free to drop in the comments below something that is hard for you to change or changes that can be hard or difficult for you. We're going to get started in just a minute. Welcome, welcome. We're going to get started in just a minute. Thank you so much for joining me today. And as I just mentioned, if you're just joining, please go ahead and drop in the comments something that is hard for you to change. And if I end up being able to pull those up, let's see. Okay. Drop this in the comments myself. What change is hard for you? All right, we're going to get started here in just one moment. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome. I'm so happy to have you here today. Today, we are talking about change is naturally uncomfortable. So I'm really excited about this one. If you didn't already hear, please go ahead and drop down below in the comments a change that is hard for you to make. Now, changes are everywhere. They're all around us. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. In the meantime, I am coming to you from beautiful, scenic Northern Utah. My name is Georgia Davis, and I am on a mission to help you live a more focused, driven life one day at a time, because being focused and driving towards your goals really does transform and change your life. So thank you for joining me today. If you did not watch previous lives, it's a great time to jump onto my YouTube page and check out those last two lives. Each of these lives are going to build on each other. So it's important for you to see the previous one because these are going to accumulate. Now, if you haven't seen a previous one, you're not going to feel left out or anything. In this one, we're just progressively building knowledge, skill, and information here. And I'm also just going to get this out of the way really quick. I've also started up a subscribers channel or page here on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. I'm so excited about it because I'm going to be able to start offering more one-on-one coaching and group coaching with group discussions. I'm going to offer some additional lives there. If you're interested in that, please let me know. I've had a lot of questions about how can I get coaching services from you? How can I be a part of your coaching program? And that is really going to be the best way. Hi, Cara. That is going to be the best way to be able to start getting into that with me if you're not ready for a full-blown one-on-one coaching package program that I would be offering. So go ahead and check that out. If you're not sure where it is, that subscriber channel, let me know and I'll get you a link sent out. I'm really excited about it. It's brand new. I've never done something like this before. So I'm really excited to be offering this for all of you who are watching. and who are wanting to participate in that. Okay, let's get started. So change can be really, really scary. It could also be very, very uncomfortable. And change is naturally uncomfortable. It just is. That's the way that it's supposed to be. And as we talk about change today, I want you to kind of be thinking in the back of your mind, what changes do you have the most difficult time working through? Hello, welcome, Kevin. And what can you do to work through those changes so it's more of a smooth process for you? And one of the things that's really interesting about change is if you can embrace change can really make a big difference in your life. If you're staying stagnant and you're not changing, you're not learning, you're not growing, you're not trying new things, life becomes really mundane. It becomes really comfortable. It becomes really routine. And then we start to forget the joy that comes from learning new things and trying new things and really getting ourselves out there. It's been a while, but a while back I heard this quote or saying that said something along the lines of, if you're not improving, you're going backwards. You have to move forward or you have to move backwards. And if you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. So change is one of those things that helps us move forward. It helps us get to where we want to be, and it helps us be able to set and create and build new goals. So we're going to talk about goals a little bit down the road. That's definitely one of them. I have so many things I want to share on these lives. So we're going to be talking about goals a little bit later in the lives, but right now we have to get our mindset past change and anything that's blocking you from wanting to change. So there are many different forms of change, right? We can have lifestyle change. You can move. Maybe all your kids grow up and they're out of the house. Maybe you have your first child. Maybe you're moving to a new city or state or country, learning a different language, job transitions. Like, there are so many different kinds of changes. It can have to do with your health, your finances, your relationships, location, just so many different things, right? And I can't even name all of the different changes that you may have in your life because there are just so many of them. And change adds stress to your body. That's one of the reasons that it becomes uncomfortable, is when we change, when we move, when we make a transition, it disrupts what's naturally going on in our body. And our body says, wait a minute, I don't want to change. I want what's comfortable. I want to stay where I am. The next part of that is the body has to create new pathways. Anytime there's a change, anytime you're learning something new, and one of the things that have been the most prominent in my life with understanding change is, if you think about math. Math does not come easily for most people. Now, there may be some people out there where math comes easily and it's not hard, but for most people, math is hard, and math is always hard. And the reason why that is because the brain has to create those new neural pathways to help you be able to break down the information and understand it. That creates the discomfort that we feel. And I just always love that analogy. My last college math class that I took was Math 1010. I'm sorry, Math 1050. And it was just one of those classes that was just very well known on the campus for being a class that most people fail. 75% of the college students participating or going to that campus failed this course. And I just remember being so stressed out about it. And I ended up getting a B-, and I just couldn't even help it. Like, I just started crying because this had been such a huge endeavor for me. Math is just not easy. And when I started to understand that part of why it wasn't easy is because we don't normally think that way. Well, think about that when you're thinking about a change in your life. One, if you can remember, it's not supposed to be easy. That will take some of the edge off of it. And two, if you think about change, that you have to create a new pathway. You have to create a road for you to travel on to get that change or get past that change, to accomplish that thing that you're going after, that you want to do, that you want to accomplish. And when we start talking about goal setting and reaching your goals and going for your goals, this is going to be something that you're going to be doing. When you set a goal, you have to create a new path for you to get there. So if you can think of change as creating a new path, that might help you out just a little bit there. Okay, just a couple of other things I wanted to mention. I think I already mentioned this. Change disrupts familiarity. We already talked about that just a little bit. It feels different. It feels uncomfortable because it's not familiar. And change requires work and effort. So a lot of times we like feeling comfortable. We like having a routine. We function the best with comfort and routine. But what I'm going to challenge you today is to learn how you can make change a comfortable part of your life. Because when you can build change into your life, and you can be comfortable in the uncomfortable, you will begin to see things change in your life in ways you never thought possible. And it is through that change, through that discomfort of growing and learning and effort and work, that we really gain the most benefit and live a more fulfilled life, in my opinion. So I'm really excited for that. I am going to be giving you a homework assignment at the end of this. So make sure that you've got some paper and something to write on. I'm a huge fan of pen and paper. So if you have a different way of writing and taking notes, that's totally fine, but you're going to have a homework assignment at the end of this. So make sure that you are ready for that. So we are going to walk through, we're going to calm the energy down just a little bit. I really get into these. I really get excited about them. So we're going to take this down just a little bit. We're going to walk through our breathing exercise. We're going to do a very short meditation on change and embracing the uncomfortable part of change. I've got an affirmation for you today, and then I'm going to give you your homework assignment. Okay, so get comfortable. I'm going to have you go ahead and close your eyes, and we're going to go ahead and walk through a breathing exercise. I want you to take in 3 deep breaths. So you'll inhale slowly, and then you'll exhale as slow or slower. So if you breathe in for 4 counts, hold that for just a second, and then breathe out for about 4 to 6 counts. We're going to go ahead and do that together. So 3 breaths. So when you breathe in through your nose, hold it for a second, and then breathe out through your mouth. And each time you breathe out, we're going to go into a little bit more structured breathing exercise here in just a moment. As you breathe in, I want you to breathe in light, energy, positive vibrations. And as you breathe out, I want you to focus on breathing out all the negative, anything that you're struggling with, anything from your past that might be holding you back or that might be bothering you. I want you to breathe all of that out. Hi, Uncle Russell. Thanks for joining. Okay, so when you breathe in, I'm going to count to 4. You're going to hold it for 4 seconds, and then you're going to release. Okay, ready? All right, let's go. So go ahead and close your eyes. You're going to breathe in for 4 count. And hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe out. Usually we hold that count for 10, so you're getting a little break today. All right, go ahead and breathe in. And hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe out. And one more. Breathe in that bright white light. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go. Now, part of the reason that I like to do these breathing exercises is because they really help with living on focus and on target. And really, if you ever get into a situation that's stressful, there's conflict, you want to react, but you really should take a moment and act instead, these breathing exercises can be really, really powerful. And if you can learn to breathe, hold, and then release your tension, it's really going to have a lot of powerful benefits for you as you continue to use them and as you move through life, especially in those difficult situations. Okay, so for the intention setting, I want you to think about change. And I'm going to have you go ahead and close your eyes again. I want you to think about change and how you feel about change. No judgment, no reason to berate yourself for any reason. You're just observing how you feel about change. What does change mean for you? Does it bring up a certain feeling? Maybe it brings up fear or sadness. Maybe you attach change to a certain memory, a loss, or a move. It can be attached to many different things or not at all. Just observe how you feel about change. And then I want you to just hold that in your mind for just a moment. Now I want you to think about taking change and the discomfort and embracing it, whether that's giving it a hug or wrapping your white light around it, or thinking about it with love. You might even say to yourself, I love change. And that might sound like a total lie to you right now, but you might say something like, I love change, I embrace change. Change moves me closer to where I want to be. But I just want you to get comfortable with that discomfort that change brings. And I want you to set an intention, something along the lines of this affirmation. I transition through change easily. And I just want you to take that and just, again, embrace that change. Change it can be hard, but it can also be really easy if we allow it to. And this is all about our mindset, right? Your mindset greatly impacts how you handle the situations around you. We deal with change all the time. Every single day we deal with change. Some changes seem obvious, other changes not so obvious. So just sit with that for a moment and just maybe have that be your mantra this week. Good morning, Erin. Thanks for joining. But I just want you to sit with that. I transition through change easily. Again, no judgment. When you think that, you might have other thoughts that come with it. With no, I don't transition through change easily. But I want you to just let all of those set aside for a moment and just sit with that for a moment. Go ahead and write it down if you'd like to. I transition through change easily. This may be a challenging one for some of you. Others, you might just love change. I'm not somebody that likes change. I don't like it at all. I don't handle it well. But I'm learning to embrace it and be more okay with it, especially when I'm attached to what I want the end result to be. Okay, get ready for your homework assignment. So have your pen and paper out, ready to go, or if you take digital notes, go ahead and get that ready. So today's homework assignment is, and you can do this with many more than just one, but I'm just going to have you write one today. I want you to write down one change that is really hard for you. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be something from the past. It can be something that you're currently working with or dealing with, or it can be something coming in the future. You may or may not know that this change is going to happen, but this change may not even be something you're dealing with right now. But one thing, one change that is really hard for you. Or you can write down something that's going to be simple. What's a change that's simple, but it's also challenging? And then once you've got that written down, I want you to write down underneath that 3 ways that you can transition through that change easily. Let me give you an example. Moving is not a change that I enjoy. I don't like organizing. I can do it, but I am not skilled or don't prefer the skill of organizing. So change is challenging for me. So here might be 3 ways that I can write down that will help me overcome that. So 1, if I don't like moving, if that's my big change, then 1, I can pack in an organized manner. Okay, that's 1. 2, I can plan ahead and make sure I'm prepared for the move. 3, when I get to where I'm going, as I'm moving in, I can unbox 1 box at a time. Those 3 things for me would help me to overcome the challenge and change of moving. So hopefully that will help you with that exercise. But take this and apply it to other areas of your life. We're going to apply some of these same skills when we talk about goal setting down the road. But for right now, just focus on that change. Every time you think about a change, every time a change comes up in your life, for at least the next 30 days, just think back on that mantra. I transition through change easily. I transition through change easily. Use this breathing exercise with this mantra. It's really going to make a difference. Please drop in the comments below, how your experience went. This live will be posted on my YouTube channel, Focus Driven Life, within the next 24 hours. So if you missed it today and you can't find it on Facebook, feel free to go to my YouTube page. I'll make sure that I drop my YouTube link in the chat, in the comments below. And thank you so much again for joining me. I always look forward to Tuesdays. Next Tuesday, we are going to be talking about trust the process, don't fight it. So it's going to go along very well with our live today. Hope to see you there next Tuesday and every Tuesday, 9 a.m. MST, Mountain Standard Time. And have a wonderful day. Enjoy your change, transition through them smoothly, and we'll see you soon.